What does the train say? Crazy, 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 crazy. Thanks, Internet. Welcome to the Crazy Train. I'm your host, Rob Wade. With me is Omer Ibrahim.
I am currently building a cardboard catapult.
It's true, he is. Blake Harmer.
I have a song with Brad, which I'd like to...
Well, fine. Well, let me rephrase. The brothers, Harmer, Blake and Brad.
Chatung imitate round to need you.
Imitate
Going in and chong I can't check it down. Ow, G couch is a papa chicken a candy hey. Your bag was gonna make one pound in yeah.
All I want to get is a party, yo. Train!
Outstanding. And returning for a second episode, Marc Cummins.
I had something, but it's not even close to that. Look at the bother.
Don't let that stop you.
All right, fine.
You don't.
It's gonna get crazy.
There you go.
How's it?
Yeah, because if the criteria was I'm not going to be on the show if I'm not the funniest one, then I'd be in a room on my own right now. Oh, sorry, Alpha. What was that? I couldn't hear it over your failure.
Expand on that. Brad pretending to be the alpha of the group. While I build a catapult.
What's this pretending?
We've decided you're the alpha white guy.
No, that's fine.
You are the whitest of us.
That's cool. I'm fine with that. I was Alpha Geek was what I was going for.
No, you missed the mark, is what I'm saying.
Catapult.
That's him there.
Oh yeah.
It's a catapult, not a slingshot. That's amazing.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So you built?
Oh no, I built a trebuchet!
Hang on. Captain Gastrophetes has got trouble.
No, it's fine. Carry on. I'm all right.
I was going to say, it's when he builds a catapult, it comes out with a bazooka. So
I was expecting, right, it's
Oh, it's a banana bomb!
I was expecting it to be kind of like an elastic band with like a forward pinging motion.
Right.
It's not. It's an actual arm that shoots up.
Right. So
like a catapult.
So what you?
Yeah, that's the one.
The moral of the story is know what you're building before you start.
The thing that bugs me the most is that, you bought a game called Crazy Catapult.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there making it, and you're surprised that the thing you've bought is actually a catapult. It's on the fucking box!
To be fair, Blake, when it says crazy catapult, that implies it's not a catapult. It could be a crazy catapult, could be a marrow.
Yeah. I like the idea.
It's a bit like if you play Match of the Day so badly you end up playing Smack My Bitch Up.
It's like, to me, I like the idea that he got to step 13 or whatever, realised he was like...
You fucking kidding me?
I read it over your shoulder.
Oh, right.
I
thought he'd just gone, step 13. I'm like, I'm on fucking step 13, you psychic bastard.
And that's how Darren Brown does it.
I saw him do it.
Is it Ace of Spades? Yeah. I saw it.
It's the only card in this deck.
You're tipping the method.
Later in the show, I'll tell you how I did it. I'm a cheating bitch.
Later I'll tell you how I did it. I'll leave a few bits out. Like the whole thing how I did it. I like the idea that, you get to the end and you're just like, well, it says Crazy Catapult and it's koala bear.
It's asking if I want to wrestle it.
He's there.
He's bear.
He's there.
So,
It's marsupial.
yeah, fine, if you want to split hairs. To be between the five of us, there's precious little to go around.
His hair?
Yeah, clearly.
plenty of that.
I know you got plenty. It's only because you got to bring the average up.
Alright. Alright, Claudio.
Yeah, have you heard of Gillette?
Suffering.
Little Cohen and Cambria for you there.
Thanks, let's make it all there is. So we went to Eurogamer.
Yeah, it's good.
How are the washing machines?
I played all the new ones. Spin Cycle 4.
Yeah.
Graphics are a little bit better. Maybe the glass is a bit cleaner, I don't know. It's high quality glass, high definition glass. I don't give a fuck. What do you want from me?
4.4.
But the best thing about it is me and Mark
Electrolux 1.
Me and Mark travelled up together. Blake was there, and the weird thing is I saw loads of Blake's friends, and every time I sort of followed them for a bit to try and find Blake, they didn't meet up with him. So
Yeah.
Oh, is
You know how that works?
this the Blake we were looking for?
yeah.
Oh.
No, it's some other Blake.
No, it was William Blake.
It's not a random name.
Do you know how he does that? Because he's done it to me before. He's actually very, very good at making sure he stands directly behind you at all times.
Is he like the Slender Man?
Yeah. How
Except,
quickly you turn around, he is that good at being directly behind you at all times.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't actually get to play any games. He was too busy facing the opposite direction from you.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. I really wanted to play some of those games.
Yeah. So you're like the Slender Man.
Yeah.
There's one thing wrong with that sentence, but never mind.
Woman.
Exactly. Slender.
I'm mildly fat.
You're not the fattest one on the crazy train.
Hello. I'm building a catapult.
Keeps him quiet.
Yeah. Also burns off a few calories, so let's not discourage him.
Hello. I'm building
Work for your bacon. Work.
Oh God.
What we haven't actually told people is that this catapult is actually life size.
I've actually got a saw and I'm in the garden.
Yeah.
I'm here through Skype.
Yeah, we've literally just got bits of wood in the room in the studio, and
Next week, the Trojan Horse. I was amazed.
That's right.
I'm just going to
Yeah,
reflect
I'll
somebody's
sign for it.
computer.
Why not?
I was just amazed you could buy a life-size cardboard catapult from the works.
Yeah.
This is totally the wrong show to be doing this.
What's the right show?
What's the right show?
Yeah.
Omer's catapult show.
What? Sorry.
Top Kid.
Fine. The catapult was a woman.
Pretty much on your
I
show.
disrespect it.
This catapult fucking hates caravan.
Just like sensible people.
I lived in a caravan for a while.
If this catapult fired several pieces of ammunition at once, it'd be a trebuchet. No,
Hang
really,
on,
if this
Omer's
catapult
got an
fired
anecdote.
several pieces at once, it would be a tribute. That's
Yeah,
that's
no.
how language works.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Ted. My name's Jeremy. So we went to Eurogamer, and one of the funniest things about it was the Microsoft zombies. And I don't mean to suggest that there were people who were just endlessly,
You
Surface
should buy an Xbox.
Surface is the only tablet you should own. It is pretty cool.
Food
but,
for all.
Crazy Train's on Zoom.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the top podcasts on there. Of 4.
The other one's just a link to us.
But there were these guys dressed in like they were there to publicise Windows 8, or so we thought, because they had the Windows branded T-shirts on. But they were dressed up with like zombie makeup, really cool stuff in the like they sort of had their faces kind of damaged, and I put air quotes in there probably for the radio listeners.
Yeah, it's good.
And then they had guys dressed as judges walking around, like sort of stalking them. And if people, when the zombies got too close to real members of the public,
I
the
think
dress.
that's what you should point out. You mean Mega City judges?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, not like
Sorry, not just
black clothes.
Violence in my court.
Sorry, yeah, Mega City judges is akin to Dread, Anderson,
Yeah.
Death, Shame,
Armitage,
I missed all of that.
Trebuchet,
I didn't see anything.
Koala Bear,
Hershey,
the other confectionery, so Galaxy,
Mental,
Cherry Coke with
Fire.
I don't fucking know.
Mortis.
Some of these aren't real. I don't know.
I missed all of this.
All ones
I
I've seen
couldn't see over your shoulder.
Well, you will insist on standing behind the tallest one in the group. But they wait until the zombies got near to the members of the public, and then dragging them to one side, throwing them on the floor, and hitting them with like plastic batons.
No, not just hitting them. Beating the...
What, members of the public?
Excuse the pun, the living shit out of them.
Beating the undead shit out of them. So this zombie sidles up to me and sort of starts kind of breathing over, like sort of growling over my shoulder. And I went as a joke, "Hey guys, I can sort this out." Pulled out my phone, which is a Windows phone, and I sort of held it up and went, "Hey, look, Windows phone." And he started going, "Yeah," but you could see a smile creep across his face, like he was playing a happy zombie. And then he started going, with his hands gesturing and stuff, and then he just goes, "If you go to the store, you can download the game Dread vs Zombies, which is what we're here promoting." I was like, "Cool, thanks for that," and it really threw me. But at the same time,
You're not a real zombie?
yeah. But at the same time, I couldn't help but think, how is he going to get that across? Go to the store, press the search button, type Dread,
Download game.
exactly.
Right.
Do you reckon they should
Brains.
just walk around with a sandwich board?
Yeah.
Just pointing at, like Arnold
Zombie I
Schwarzenegger.
saw, and I presumed it was for Dead Rising, being that the only zombie game that I was aware of was there.
Yeah.
Apart from the other one that was made by Techland.
Dying Light or something? Yeah.
But the only zombie I saw was downstairs, ironically near the Lego Marvel superhero. So I assumed he was lost.
No, or just really wanted to play that game. It's like,
But he was just in like a jumpsuit. He was in like an orange jumpsuit thing.
Yes.
And he had this blade sticking out of his chest.
that was for Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
Now, the
he looked quite cool. I like it.
The funniest thing about that guy was when I saw him at the Just Dance 4 booth, and he looked really desperate, like he was really aching to get a go. He was really good at Thriller, though.
I like dancing.
Cosplayers need protecting from themselves.
They were being paid to
As promotion ones.
Yeah. They were promoting Dead Rising.
Okay.
There weren't. I don't remember seeing a Eurogamer seeing that many cosplayers who weren't promoting something. It tended to be
Often people who have really good costumes get hired. A friend of mine does an Assassin's Creed one, and I don't think he was like hired, wasn't paid for it, but they'll go, "Do you want to come along and wear that around our tent?" Tent, you know what I mean?
I think
store, and then we look cool.
if we're talking about the same person, I saw them at Eurogamer in that costume.
But didn't realise it was
I did realise it was them. I didn't know who they... I sort of vaguely recognised them. I realised I'd seen them before at the Welcome to the Motherfucking Family Dean wedding.
Yeah.
Continuity.
Yeah, well, you know, it's nice to tie all the threads together.
Yeah.
So we don't, what I don't want is loads of forums endlessly discussing the ending of the Crazy Train and what it all meant and the grander scheme of things, because frankly, there are too many people on the internet already.
Yeah, all
really
four of those
are,
people.
aren't
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, about 20 years ago, or 15 years ago,
Yeah,
the internet was fun, and now there's ruined his work on it and has ruined it for everyone else?
I think it just comes with, you know, like, obviously we're both on Twitter, and I find Twitter fun because I don't follow as many people as some, so I don't get my feeds endlessly bombarded with complete bollocks.
Do you know what I think? The turning point of the internet became common.
Yeah, but it will always do so.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Before
I can see
YouTube,
that.
you had to be able to read to enjoy the internet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not talking about the endless feeds on Twitter. The Rock has 250,000. It might even be more.
Probably
it might be in the
more than that,
millions. No following, not one. So I took it to mean that when he checks into Twitter, like it's not his private. He doesn't use it all the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing on his page. But actually, be more annoying than that. It's only sponsored adverts.
Yeah, yes, only sponsored adverts, and on his mentions bit, he'll just have, you got retweeted this many times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
At 250,000?
No, it's more than that.
No, it's so many more than that.
I was saying it was a bit feeble for him to go, the $250,000 and $250,000.
Brad made a wrestling joke, big whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad used to know.
Yeah. Have you wrestled Jimmy Snooker? I think not.
You've done the wrestling thing, though.
I've been in a wrestling match with Omer, who was in a match with Jimmy Snooker, who was in
a match with
Kevin
Hulk Hogan.
Bacon.
Therefore. It is Kevin Bacon in wrestling. We go to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Was it Kevin Bacon jerky?
Was it you who was telling me that fucking awesome idea for comic
Oh
books?
yeah, my vote to go to a comic convention and instead of taking a film or a book to get signed, just take a poster of Kevin Bacon to every actor you want to get signed up. When I go, what's this about? Explain the link to them.
So you were in Flatline, that's weird. Yeah. Did you see instantly on the subject of actors that Danny Dyer is going to be in EastEnders now?
Yeah.
So far they fall from grace. But at the same
a Cockney
time,
actor to be in a Cockney sitcom, that's not actually about, not sitcom, soap opera.
when you consider that he was at one point, kind of as a British actor, one of the sort of the hot ones, as it were.
He only kind of made British films, didn't he? He didn't really
Yeah,
break
but
out.
you know, this can be saying instead of Jason Statham to a degree, and he's still.
Jason Statham has made
Other
big
films.
American
Yeah,
blockbusters.
sure.
I would say Danny Dyer. I'm not sure I could pick him out of the lineup.
He's only ever made gangster movies, really.
Yeah,
which is.
I know you're telling me a British actor has made some British films is now going to be in a highly popular British TV show. I don't think that's fallen at all. That's probably the most popular TV show on British TV.
One of.
I would say that's a fact.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's.
He said it, so.
Shit load of money.
Crap
As Alpha Geek.
Perfect.
No, but if he was say, oh, he's really, really fallen. He's now only getting a weekly gig.
He's doing pantomimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He probably does that too.
he probably would do Panto.
A lot of massive stars.
Panto, actually.
Yeah.
I'd say he's fallen, you know, in completely.
He's
because
not so much
still on
fallen as just
TV.
kind of missed the bottom step.
Yeah, he's down from.
Stacked it a bit.
Yeah.
What am I doing in this
He
part?
might have spilled a bit of his coke up his sleeve. That's
Yeah.
what we're kind of looking at.
I actually like the idea. On having said that, I like the idea of him in it because Peggy Mitchell was always in charge of the pub, and her thing was get out of my pub. And I can't help but feel like his will be get out of my pub, you fucking cunt.
They are going to have to up the profanity rating for him.
On 7:30 on a weekday, probably not.
Well, that may be what triggers revolution. Finally.
It may be.
EastEnders suddenly becomes an 18.
He has
Just
to.
out of the corner of my eye, I can see Omer working on the catapult and Blake's now putting the ammunition together.
This could only end well.
Crazy. We're gonna
Crazy,
die.
folding some shit.
So I mean, like, as far as Eurogamer went, the main thing was just kind of obviously it's about the new games that are coming out. I didn't actually play that many. Like I had to go
Played a
at
handful.
yeah.
Played the new Assassin's Creed, Lego Marvel Superheroes. PS4 was nice.
Yeah.
I think that was half the queue, to be honest.
Yeah, it was PS4,
Sequels.
Xbox One, and Titanfall were the
Reboots.
big ones.
Sequels.
Yeah, I did PS4.
Titanfall's the new IP. You don't know anything about games. Shut up. I said Titanfall's a new IP. You know nothing about
Yeah,
games.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I think Pat was saying that the Xbox One and the PS3 are sequels.
No, they're new hardware.
Exactly.
You don't do that about graphics cards.
If anything, by the sound of it, Xbox sounds like a prequel.
Yeah, well, Xbox
It's a gritty reboot.
Xbox begins.
Well, that's the joke, isn't it?
The
Xbox
story-
One, because they made 350
Oh, it's
back.
a gritty reboot of everything.
Okay,
but that was arranged a couple of years ago, but they only really did superheroes.
Yeah.
I want to see a
you're
Thomas
right.
the Tank Engine reboot, just called Controller Begins.
Yeah, it works. And he's like skinny, but he gets a desk job.
Yeah.
And then he's like
I
his
want to
lifestyle.
control.
His lifestyle is like really kind of, you know, he gets quite lazy. He doesn't go to the gym, and then he gets fat, and then they're just like put him in a position of power because that's how it works.
Yeah, I want to tell trains what to do, and then when they fuck up, I want to be annoyed at them.
Yeah, on Sodor, that's how it works.
Yeah.
What happens on Sodor?
Yeah. They could do a spin-off series
Stays
just called
on
Sodor.
Yeah, there you go.
Agents of Sodor.
Yeah. Has anybody actually watched that show yet?
Shield,
no, but I could go in on.
I've recorded them off the day, but I haven't.
I don't know.
It's supposed to be
in
good.
the trailer I saw on TV, somebody they show you like Thor's hammer on the floor, and somebody who's definitely not Thor, unless it's Thor's arm in a suit, picks it up. So I don't know where they're going to be doing that bit. Do you know what I mean? Like if the Hulk couldn't do it, who else is going to fucking pick it up? Mind you, it's not about strength, is it?
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan.
He believed in himself that much that he
Yeah.
was Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. I could lift this hammer.
It's the ego hammer.
Is this just a way of
Oh
spoiling?
my god, got it.
Are you just the Is this just a like, really elaborate way of teasing that you're going to be on Agents of Shield?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
They need someone who can fight Jimmy Snooker as a bad guy.
Oh my god, it's like a pants man.
You were the 13th most obvious choice.
The other 12 were busy or dead.
Yeah. Or the Nasty Boys.
Would you call this a big cog?
Cock.
I've seen bigger. Oh, cog.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Oh, good, just so I know.
It's about medium.
Armour, isn't it?
It's what you do with it that counts anyway.
Go on, yeah.
It's just a pog.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a poor cock.
Down at the bottom of the poorhouse.
Poor
Where Omer
cock
plays
sounds
with
a
his
bit
cock.
racist.
Oh, Poddington, the gritty reboot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Diamond going, I've got nothing to play with.
It's about this poor little Cypriot kid who just hallucinates a TV show.
yeah. So I've got a note. I've got a note here about pissing in public. I know I have a story about that, and Mark was with me when that story happened.
Oh, well,
I feel like
yeah.
it's not my. I don't think it's my note.
Right. I don't have a pissing in public. I, for instance, actually weirdly leading on to when we were talking about the things you've said in your sleep, kind of the other way around, where my girlfriend was in bed and I was up watching something and I decided I'm going to go to bed.
Was it her sleeping?
Yeah.
With the recorder out, desperately searching for the other two.
I could do whatever I want. No, apparently.
Sleeping.
So what I did was when I go to my front door, and I always lock it at night, obviously. But before I do that, I kind of always open it up and just have a look out, just see what's going on. You know,
Surveying my kingdom
Yeah.
of puff.
Any other puff vampires out here? I'll put out my call.
Warm night out. Oh!
That's actually
Children of the night! I wish they'd keep it down.
So I shut the door and then I walk to the other house. I think, oh, need the loo. Go and take a piss and then come back to bed. Well, go to bed. And my girlfriend
Why not go at bed?
go out bed.
You're playing the world's shittiest text-based adventure game at this point. Go onto bed. Go
I
at
see
bed.
no bed.
Go at bed. I do not recognise the word bed. Oh, this is the Brad expansion.
That's an amazing idea.
E14.
Rather than rebooting kids' TV shows as like gritty versions, rebooting current-gen computer games as text adventures.
They did a really...
There's a market for that.
Yeah, there you go. Probably would, actually.
Yeah,
It
I
would.
know how to make money.
Seattle-based hipsters would love that.
Oh, people would love doing text adventures with gamepad.
I can type
I
quite
suppose it's
fast.
heavy rain, isn't it?
I do not recognise up, A. Oh, shit, I wrote what I was saying.
So I get to the bedroom and my girlfriend says, "Did you just piss outside?" No.
I had a piss and I was outside.
Yeah, no, I was outside and then I went to the toilet. She is still insistent to this day that I just opened the back door, pissed on the step and just came back in. And I can't...
You have the outside toilet though, so that's okay.
Yeah, but I'd have to go down the stairs and that to get to the outside
No, you've got
toilet.
the cesspit as well.
Apparently.
It's fine, why don't you just tell you're keeping predators away?
Yeah,
Marking
no, I was
territory.
just marking my territory, yeah.
This is
She's
all
still
mine!
insistent that I just opened the door and had a piss. I don't get why.
Eating a lot of garlic, it was to keep the other vampires away.
He's got a cesspit that he just puts plague victims into.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
I didn't see it at the
That's why all
bottom.
his till money's in a pool of vinegar as well, so you don't transmit the back death.
I didn't see, like, I went, obviously we were around there recently for that barbecue we mentioned
Yeah.
last time round. I don't remember seeing the cesspool, but you've assured me
It's
it's
up on the
there.
roof.
Oh, okay. You've assured me it's there. I have no reason to
There's a
believe it.
cesspool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were scared of a Black Death outbreak a couple of weeks back.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's still a threat.
Turned out to be the flu.
Yeah.
You just worry too much.
Flu and laziness, that's all it was.
Yeah. But on the subject of pissing in public, since obviously we've brought the subject up.
That's how subjects work.
Yeah. I don't know how much you remember of this story, because we were both quite shit-faced.
I remember
Did you call
quite
it my
a
cesspit?
bit. Quite a bit. We just come back from the start, hadn't we?
Yes.
And we were
Walking back from Gillingham to Rotherham.
well, not really. More crawling on our face to.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
I was
okay.
pulling back on your face.
That's right. You had your tripod to keep you up. No.
I could just roll down the hill like Indiana Jones.
Run down the hill like a giraffe.
And I think we both really needed facilities, and all we could find was bush.
Yep.
To which point we both looked at each other as if to say, "Don't look down," for a start. And
Then I get vertigo. What?
yeah. And I hope some police so don't come around the corner. To which point this police just went.
It was literally as I started peeing, like to the point where it's much more difficult and painful to stop. This police car just comes round the corner and just drives up the hill.
Yeah.
And it's and your cover method, much like Omer's coughing to hide a loud noise, was,
Rob, I found your phone, Rob.
and I said, and we finished pissing, and I went over to him and said, "What did you just shout?" He said, "I found your phone." It's like, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, I thought if it looked like we were looking for your phone,
With our dicks out.
with our dicks, if we looked looking for our phone, maybe we'd get away with it." And I was like, "What? So, do you tend to look for things with your cock out?"
Yeah. Usually
Girls,
pussy.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
You haven't got time to get his cock out.
Unravel.
Oh, she's
that's
got the
the thing,
large apparatus out, shall we?
It takes a long time to, just to wind it back in. I haven't got that.
Hurry up, all the police are coming, okay.
In actual fact,
I
I
just
think
need to say, I'm really enjoying this episode. Can we give him a toy to play with everybody?
I'm building a catapult.
If he's enjoying the episode, sure.
Great.
Buy me some stickle bricks.
You remember that?
This is how you. Oh, stick bricks. This is how you will build me a little fire station out of plastic.
I bought you some Duplo, which is just, kind of Lego for people who aren't really good with detail.
God, them minifigures must be fucking huge.
Still got no legs.
Duplo minifigures.
Can't get them in.
It's insane.
It's just called Duplo figures, surely.
Yeah, I guess so.
Duplo minifigures, £10.
They're blind bagged in a bag for life.
I bet they've got fucking legs.
Probably. You probably couldn't. Well, I mean, you probably have to.
You could definitely feel it.
Seriously, even sort of colouring in would do him.
Oh, I fucking love colouring in.
Exactly.
I know you're not supposed to go outside of the lines, but I'm an individual.
I'm my own man. Boy, whatever I am.
Vampire puff.
Oh
The catapult's finished, by the way. Do we want to see what it does?
Yeah, I guess we do.
Aim it at me.
At you.
Yeah, towards me. There's a
Well, I was going to go for the.
It's not going to have a lot of pull, let's be honest.
Yeah, it fits well with me. That's pretty cool.
that's not bad.
Sorry.
Is it running off a rubber band?
No, that is a slingshot.
Pardon?
Is it running off a rubber
There's
band?
an elastic band on either side.
Okay.
I thought catapult.
We'll get a picture of this up somehow, somewhere.
Yeah, well, Instagram. But
Or a little video.
If only we had a Facebook group.
That is a slingshot, not a catapult.
Yeah, no, it looked like it was going to be a catapult, but it's a slingshot.
Pretty cool.
So that's false advertising.
Yeah, this is a slingshot.
I'm going to sue.
I wasn't lying.
Maybe that's the reason it's crazy, because it's not actually what it is.
I love the way it says crazy combat catapults, but there's only one piece of ammo between two catapults and some
That's what's
targets.
crazy.
So it's
Yeah.
crazy target catapults, not combat.
Crazy
So they say I would love to see a war fought like this.
Surely, if there's normally only one object,
There will be
passed
far
around in
less
any
casualties.
sport, like football.
I was gonna say, I'd love to see a war being fought with this. There'd be far less casualties
Pure.
and a lot less done.
Far less fewer. What? What are we doing?
Far less, whatever. Paper cut.
Yeah.
Who wants me to shoot me in the face?
Me.
That was close.
By about half a metre.
Hit you in the balls.
It didn't hit his face. It hit him in the chest. He
There you
hasn't got that long a face.
Thanks. It didn't hit Brad in the face.
I know. No, I just said that.
Good.
Crazy.
My bad, what's with the long face?
That's a bigger target.
I'm Sarah Jessica Parker.
He's not. I've seen Sarah Jessica Parker. He looks, well, not nothing like her, but not enough.
You're a human!
He has an Adam's apple under that beard somewhere.
What if I double the amount of elastic bands you're supposed to use?
Pure.
Yeah, put that in your own damn show.
We're going to Claymore division, but I'm going to hurt Brad.
That was the original pitch for the show.
Pretty much. It was my idea, I admit.
Oh, no, hurt Brad.
This week we're going to put sharp things in Brad's eyes.
But the week after we went to Eurogamer, we went to Comic-Con. So me and Blake went to Comic-Con yesterday. That's pretty fun.
Not the official Comic Con, just to clarify, because it's a brand name.
What's the
London Film and Comic Convention you went to.
what's the difference?
Well, Comic Con is
in America.
Oh, sorry, right, I'm with you. Okay, so it's like
it's
like saying I bought a tape player, so I bought a Walkman.
Yeah.
Sorry, we went to Showmasters Presents the London Film and Comic Con, the October edition.
As Showmasters presented it, I imagine it was badly organised and the staff were rude.
I did. The only interaction I had with the staff, apart from the people who sort of check your tickets in the door, I went looking for a toilet and walked up to one of the staff, and they just, it was almost like I was a vampire. There was no acknowledgement I was there at all.
They're horrible. I don't know how they stay in business.
He was trying to do two things at once, because he was also organising a queue for a photo shoot. I literally was just trying to ask him a question, but he was kind of...
What you're supposed to do then is just on back from on the top of head.
Oh, okay, that's worth knowing.
My ticket guy was a motherfucker.
Was he?
Yeah. I gave him my ticket.
Fucking hell, yeah. And then you fucked him up.
Rather than turn it out, he tore it wrong. He just tore my ticket in half, and I just went.
He did.
I was going to eat that.
He did. It was pathetic.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, but the fact he went, yeah, you go, you can keep that. I was a bit like,
Can I really?
Laminate it for me, please.
What's the point?
You're racist.
I always felt like going, you got one job.
Tear it with the bit with perforated.
Yeah, it's perforated, and you tore it down the halfway mark. I wouldn't mind.
I tell you what, right? In my mind, there is no better place to see people with a deluded sense of their own self-importance than a convention like that. Because if I had a quid for every time I watched somebody yell "cut" when they were filming people walking down in costumes with their SLR camera on a tripod and walking across a section of floor which is just for people to walk on. It's not like a fair. If I had a quid for every time I'd done that, I'd have bought some fucking merchandise. But there was I remember there was the one that sticks out was the Ghostbusters. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys dressed as Ghostbusters, and there was a guy doing this. They were doing the kind of the walk at the end of the Ghostbusters thing. They're doing this to the music, and it was kind of funny at the first time. It's not funny the fourth or fifth time after the fucking
director
deluded prick is going, cut, let's do that again. I was like, fucking hell.
Well, you're not fucking Kubrick!
Exactly, yeah. Because otherwise he'd have shot two movies, one of which is really fucking dark. But yeah, you do get a sense of that. People just like internet famous, we talked about internet fame before, and there are so many examples of it in places like that, where you just get people who are... I remember when the first time I went to Eurogamer...
I don't think I've ever been to a convention and not wanted to punch roughly half the people there.
Yeah.
Like the grown adult male in the Volturi t-shirt.
Oh, you should have seen the guy dressed as Power Girl yesterday. That's right. I said those things.
Cosplayers can fuck off.
No, well, some of them are they got cool kind of,
They're just deluded people.
It's the difference between somebody who says...
I helped him throw fireworks at a boat.
It's the difference between somebody who says... what do you do? Oh, I cosplay, and I do that cosplay thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between here it is. I'm a cosplayer and I cosplay.
Yeah.
You're not a cosplayer, because try to describe to me the difference between cosplay and costuming, other than the cost of it. And then you get reenactment. What's the difference in that? Do you know what I mean? What's LARPing? What's cosplaying? And to me, it's the same reason. Last year, I built a Shredder costume for Brad's Halloween party.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was an awesome costume, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I put a lot of effort in to walk in and everybody to go, "Oh, cool, that's the Shredder costume." Yeah, a couple of cool photos. Took the helmet off, took the arm things off, sat and watched some Halloween movies.
Yeah,
that was the whole idea of it.
Yeah,
and I get that putting into that much effort in, I was saying that, putting together a Viking shield and everything, I get putting all that effort into something to look cool.
Yeah.
I get even putting together that much effort for no reason. When I built my Mjolnir hammer, I have nothing to do with that hammer, but I built it because I wanted the project. That's fine. But it's then when you go, I'm a cosplayer.
The difference is you don't then walk around a comic convention hoping people will talk about how awesome your costume is.
Yeah.
Geeky things, and I'm calling out some fake geeks here, because there is a thing, it does happen, is what are you doing? Are you drawing in? Aye!
No, I was trying to hit a little target. Karen.
My spine!
Yeah. He does. It's average size.
He's died.
You're not dead.
Oh, I'm fine.
I can see your eyes moving.
So he has this weird.
You
thing
can't even cosplay as a zombie, but you're.
He has this weird thing where I have to tell him he's not dead occasionally. It's a weird tick he has.
Can
you phone me on Thursday? I might forget.
Yeah, sure.
It's a really terrible zombie cosplay.
I might not answer the phone.
What sort of time of day?
I don't know. I might not answer the phone if I'm dead.
What about WhatsApp?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, fine.
I think
It's a terrible zombie cosplay because, to be fair, you
cosplay
can't
is
download
about.
stuff.
It's not when Omer builds the hammer or builds some of his Viking stuff. He is doing it for his own entertainment.
Yeah.
He is doing it for historical research. He's doing it just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
When a cosplayer does it, they are doing it with the aim of wearing it to a convention and having everyone tell them how cool and pretty and beautiful and wonderful everything they've ever done is. Geekdom is not a performance art.
Okay.
Geekdom is pursuing your hobbies and doing what the fuck you want to do with your friends. It's not about dressing up and hoping everyone says you're cool.
So here's a question.
Oh no, I'm sure there are some people that do dress up because they want to dress up. Like, I'm sure there's
Yes,
some of
some do.
Some of the colonial marine people do it because they must love the film Aliens. That's fair enough. And stormtroopers and all that. I'm sure they're not all just sitting there going, yeah, because stormtroopers are 10 to the dozen that are cosplay.
Yeah, you're not going to be
I'm sure
pointed out how good you
they're
are.
not going to be pulled to one side going, oh, you're so brilliant, and that's
When you look like the other 30.
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Boba Fett get pulled aside.
I've yet to see
They're like
a colonial
Warriors
marines.
yesterday.
I've yet to see a colonial marines group with a Facebook page whoring for likes on sexygeekgirls.com.
True.
I saw one yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, saw me?
Colonial Marines.
Okay, I haven't.
No, fair enough.
I think that here's my... I
The mileage may vary.
These are all facts.
I kind of thought about this the other day with like geekdom. The minute you start talking about things like geekdom, or that you are a geek, you cease being one.
Okay.
Because to me, the definition of a geek is somebody who just does it. When we go to war games conventions...
No, that's Nike.
When we go to war games conventions, right, we always joke that the nerdiest people are, and we go to these ones and we always said about the stereotype. These people have no social lives outside of their ball games.
Okay.
They are, if you were to talk about the kind of the mainstream view of a nerd or a geek or a dork.
These aren't geeks, these are basement dwellers.
Yes, they are. However, they don't give a shit that they are. They enjoy throwing their little men around the table and chucking dice. And
None of them dress as Power Girl and
that's
pose
it.
on Facebook.
They don't give a shit what they're into. That, to me, is nerd, is geekdom.
Okay.
Is just doing it because you want to. It shouldn't even be, what will people think of me?
So-
It's, I'm not a geek because I do things. When I do my Viking costumes and that, I don't do it for the attention, but I do hope when I do it, somebody goes, that looks cool.
Yeah.
As soon as I admit, appreciation. As soon as you want appreciation for the things you're into, you are not a geek anymore.
Yeah, I mean, from yesterday at the cosplay, I actually did admire some of the cosplays because I just went, well, that must have taken on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
It's
it's
so much
2
work.
seconds of... That's cool.
Yeah.
But that's the
No,
thing.
I went. That must have taken ages to make. Some of them were like there was a sign-on there, and he was.
Yeah, that was
That was
awesome.
amazing.
So
He
that's-
was like
that's
full
the-
vacuum form had the red light going across.
See, that's it. Just to make sure that hasn't dropped the recording. So I just shot his target and it landed on the fucking laptop. Nice one. Yeah, that's-
Point.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Captain Trebuchet.
So, like, I take your
Point.
point. I take your point. So the difference is, so here's my take.
I
On
know,
it, right?
vampires put the light on.
Oh. So here's my take on it. So similarly to Omer, I couldn't give a shit. I'm, if anything, probably, if you were to go by a certain, depending on the criteria, and that's what it ultimately comes down to, is the personal criteria. I would probably not qualify as a geek in some respects, even though I have some hobbies that kind of fall into that realm. But the hobbies are my hobbies, and that's all I give a shit about. And I think the reason you get so kind of upset about it, and with the greatest of respect, is because you care too much about it. You care too much about what other people are doing.
Possibly.
It's just, it's about thing of, you say I'm not looking to kind of, I've seen you on social media soapboxing it.
Yeah.
And you
That's
do the
probably.
and all these little things just make you seem like you care more than you probably do, actually.
Yeah,
about it
probably.
all.
I
It's
play
just-
up on social media as all installers do.
Yeah, sure. But like,
This is the thing as well, is it all goes on criteria.
Okay.
If you take my criteria,
right.
Brad isn't a geek at all.
Okay.
Because you care about being one.
Outside.
No.
You see what I mean? That's don't take me outside.
Careful, he's got a cat ball.
That's not a melee weapon!
That's the bit where you stop being a geek, is when you were like, I'd rather be outside.
I think
If you were a real geek, you'd challenge me to a game of Risk or something.
Soccer-o.
We'll settle this as all we should. Horus Heresy.
I'll get my Bioshock Infinite board game.
I do care a lot, and it was something that occurred to me recently. Was my main thing is Star Wars. My other main thing is tabletop and unplugged gaming. My big loves and my big obsessions.
I say that you're big on Lovecraft as well.
Yeah, okay. But it only really occurred to me recently that I'd actually done tabletop gaming since I was about 8 years old.
Did you just say Badun?
I think you're right.
But it's kind of like a badonkadonk, but not a sex.
Oh, okay.
I would
Which, you know,
say,
yeah, that
I'd
works.
say I've been Verdun tabletop gaming since I was about 8 with MB's Hero Quest and the Fighting Fantasy game books was what got me hooked in when I was about 8 years old. And it's that horrible thing, it does come back to school, it comes to that always going up for it, always being into the fantasy and sci-fi and the horror stuff, whether that was cool or not, whether I got picked on for it or called a nerd or called a dweeb or loved for it occasionally.
That's geek to me.
Or, no, hear me out, or getting loved for it, or being hated for it, depending on what the fashion was. I have stuck with it since I was 8 years old.
Because you didn't
and when
care of
I
your
see
reaction.
someone who was one of the twats at school,
Right.
a chav or a trendy or whatever, suddenly is cosplaying, or is suddenly into Magic the Gathering, or is suddenly doing something and go, I'm a geek now, I've always been. No, you haven't. I am, you're not.
Hang on a sec. So I think that the point... I take your point, and I agree to a degree, but I think something like Magic the Gathering is... If you get into that, just off your own steam, I don't really think that kind of... If you suddenly get into Magic, that's fine.
I think the point that Brad makes is it's a hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get into Magic Gathering, yeah, that is quite cool. That's relatively hardcore, really. Okay, you can buy it at Branches of Waterstones, but it is a geek activity. But okay, say I've just got into Magic the Gathering. Don't then go, oh, I'm such a geek, I play Magic the Gathering.
I think that's the phrase that
it's because the word geek
I'm
is
such a nerd.
You're not.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. But
You've got to say I'm such a punk, I listen to Avril Lavigne. Fuck you.
Here's the thing I say about it then, is like, I don't think it's unfair to judge people on when they got into something.
No.
Right? That doesn't make you geek or not geek, because to me, I don't give a shit if you're a geek or not geek, you're fine. Put it this way.
Sorry.
If being a geek...
You don't think it's fair or you don't think it's unfair? You don't think it's fair to judge?
I don't think it's fair to judge at all whether somebody's a geek, because I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It's just, if you want to... Right, put it this way.
I meant that specific bit.
Yeah. Put it this way, right? If being a geek, I'm not picking on you, I'm not trying to create an argument, but let's play devil's advocate. If being a geek...
Hey, that's my job.
...is living in England, yeah? Just... You are English, you are a geek. Let's just stick with me here.
Yep.
Being a geek is living in England.
Okay.
People don't like geeky things when you're a kid. Let's take that as an Eastern European slagging off English culture.
Okay.
Right? Now that Eastern European grows older, needs money, sees jobs in England and moves here. Legally or illegally, doesn't matter. That is a person, well, it doesn't matter for the sense of the argument. That person moves into geekdom because they get drawn in by things that it can give them.
Okay. Right.
If you say, I don't like you because you came here for what I can give you, that's racist. Why does that not count within geekdom?
That's not necessarily the point I'm trying to make. If someone is new to geekdom, then that's fine, they're my friend. If someone comes to me and says, I've just seen Star Wars, I thought it was amazing, I'm not going to go, oh, you're a fake geek, you should have seen it already.
Yeah.
I'll be, yeah, that's cool. Or if they go, oh, I really like Star Wars, can you recommend some books or comics to me? Yeah, of course I can, come in, I'll fucking lend you some.
Yeah.
But when people have just seen episode 4 for the first time, and I have seen this, and are suddenly, I'm such a Star Wars nerd, lol. No, that's pretending to be something you're not. And irrespective of geekdom, whatever field you're in, that's twat behaviour.
I will argue that.
I get a feeling that it's almost such a thing as orthodox geek and unorthodox.
Yeah, I get totally what you mean.
Yeah, I'm a Hasidic geek.
But you spend tons of... Never mind.
To me, here's the thing to me, though, is if somebody comes up to me and takes something I'm massively into... Like, when we did that Viking festival we were on about on the last podcast, there were people who were joining in and saying they loved Vikings, and I know, for instance, one of them does an Edwardian cosplay, for a better word. Another guy was wearing a horned helmet and had all the wrong weaponry. To me, he's insulting something I'm into. But actually, I don't give a shit. Because it much like we were joking about, if you're into a comic book, it becomes a TV series, your comic books don't set on fire, your likes can still be yours. All that will happen...
Mine actually did catch fire. Yeah.
It was a pretty serious retcon, though.
Bizarrely, what was really annoying, though, was I was like in The Walking Dead, and my Why the Last Man caught fire.
All that will happen is one of two things. If lots of people get into what you're doing, whether they be fake geeks, if you want to use that term or not. One thing will happen is loads of really cool shit will be released for them, and you might pick up 2 bits and go, it's great. The other thing that happen is a load of shit will be released, and you won't like any of it. Then they will go, this is all shit, and they'll leave it, and you can go back to your stuff again when you like it again.
And the other thing that's worth knowing, actually, because I sort of agree with everybody here. I don't think there's anybody I'm like totally disagreeing with.
I recommend disagree with Omer. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I just
Generally makes you a better human being as well.
If I just do it for the sake of it, it's like, I don't know, I just feel a little bit like over PC or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I agree, but you are you.
I agree, but Omer. The people who are getting into it now, because it's accessible, because you can get into stuff more easily, because there's stuff on TV that's tied into comic books, or there's TV shows that are tied into video games, or an old video game gets a reboot on the new systems. They get into it now. And then when geek stops being a fashion, which will happen, and like we talked about,
I said it'll be when the movie boom.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. The fact that it's a fashion. Geek is a culture.
It is.
Okay.
Geek is a culture. It's not a fashion. And I agree with Omer up to a point where, if you admit you're a geek, I don't think that then doesn't make you a geek. You can be a geek and be happy with
I
it.
agree with you.
it's the systems.
I will disagree that geek is a culture. And this is a point, and this is probably one of the
most
most...
geeks have none.
Yeah. This is one of the most controversial things I'll probably ever...
Are you serious?
No.
Jesus.
If you're...
They're all lazy and they like fried chicken.
Oh, geeks. That's true.
That's not even...
Yeah, it's Omer. They can't dance.
If your life... If you can say, my life was influenced or changed, or the most important thing in my life is a piece of art or many pieces of art, be they music, comic books, art, sculptures, games, videos, you are a prick. Because the most important thing in this world, without sounding like a bit, is people. If you are into a Stanley Kubrick movie and that changes your life, you are a prick. If Stanley Kubrick... Listen, and you'll agree with me here. If Stanley Kubrick's ethos about the way he makes movies affects the way you want to live life, not the art itself, if his ethos in life is your defining thing, I agree with what you agree with what you think or not, that is fine. We always joke that, like, when I was a kid, I was massively into like what I'm into now, which is history, Vikings specifically.
Building
things. Because one of my favourite teachers as a kid was my tech teacher.
Okay.
And we were always working with wood, and he influenced me into something cool. And at the same time, we used to get people come in dressed up as Vikings and teach us about it all, and that stood out with me.
Just as a fun aside, I hated my tech teachers because I was always enthusiastic about trying to do well. I just didn't take to it. And one of the stories that stands out in my mind was when I was at GCSE age. I did my options, and our tech department had 3 options. You could either do graphics, you could do materials and textiles, or something along those lines, which I think was more the kind of construction-heavy stuff. Or you could do short course option with IT. Obviously, being as in I was more into computers than building stuff, I chose the IT option. And my graphics teacher at the time, just as he I handed him a piece of work or got a homework diary back or something, and he was just saying to me, what have you chosen your options, Wade? And I was like, yes sir, I have. And he said, did I hear right you're doing graphics next year? I said, no sir, I'm doing the short course with IT. He said, oh, thank God for that. I was just like, yeah, but at the same time, you work in a school, you cunt.
I'd like to say that I didn't like my tech teacher because he was arrested and convicted as a paedophile.
Nice. That's a good reason to dislike something.
Especially when he touches you. So...
You said you were insane!
I was influenced by people that got me into things.
Sakes fuck Blake.
I was influenced by people that got me into things. Now, the two things that should influence your life are people and yourself. Like, so later on I grew up and I got into all sorts of things that I enjoyed.
You can't influence yourself, that would create a feedback loop. What are you doing? I'm influencing myself.
At the same time, you can change your own life.
Yes.
Apparently it makes you a prick. I'm not sure where he's going with
No,
this.
you can change your life, and what you do, your art can change your life.
Okay.
You can follow a path that focuses on the art you make, but not somebody else's work. You can't define yourself with what somebody else has done. That is pointless.
Yeah, surely the art you make is your own ethos.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But
and that's true to an extent, because I find that the Crazy Train has changed my life, and the fact I used to have a lot more Sundays free.
Yeah, you still play X-Wing every now and again.
But also, saying about being geek, I consider myself geeky. There's the things I like, I like my comics, my films, and stuff like that.
I'm looking at your bookshelf and yeah, you're a geek.
Yeah. But
chessmen on their own, really?
Brad approved.
Yeah.
I'm alright. That's what I say.
I think Brad should actually have a stamp.
But at the same time, one of my favourite pastimes is playing video games.
Sure.
One of the biggest industries in the world.
Which you
at the
could be
moment.
labelled a geek for doing, somehow.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
Gaming still has this geeky thing around
Why
it,
would
even
you?
though it's mainstream.
Grand
It is
Theft
more
Auto 5
mainstream.
is the biggest selling thing of all time.
It had a higher GDP in 3 days than I think Venezuela. No, that's sadly true.
I can believe it because
Yeah.
fuck Venezuela.
If they,
Heard it
won't,
first on the Crazy Train, kids.
if they won't make their bloody video games, they deserve what's coming.
Well, yeah, but maybe they should have thought to develop Rockstar. But,
Maybe.
yeah,
It was an idiot with
If
an
not-
industry.
If not the game, then the energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it cost more to make and generated more income than any blockbuster
Than
movie. So.
I had a friend in
country.
school.
And a country.
Yeah.
I had a
Over a
friend.
year.
Yeah.
Albeit.
I had a friend in school whose only opinions on anything came from Rage Against the Machine tracks.
That's called a teenage boy.
Well, yes, exactly.
Also-
he's grown up and he's still like it.
When he hasn't grown up.
He's a prick. Yeah, exactly.
He's a commie.
Exactly. He hasn't come up with
grown-
anything to believe in.
He's grown old, he hasn't grown up.
Yeah, yes.
Is he-
And
He
I
has-
mean, obviously,
Is
you
he
know,
constantly followed by a funky bass line?
Yeah.
and Blake.
He hasn't grown up to create anything that he believes in himself.
Okay.
He hasn't come up with his own way of thinking of things. Like me and you have often had to think. Like one of the ones is like, would you cheat
Sorry,
on your partner?
He's pointing at me right now.
No. Because we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Would you do X? Would you cheat on your partner? You
I'd do
can.
X. I'd fuck the shit out of it.
You
Patrick Stewart would get it.
you can believe what you like about what you think you do or what you're into, but the minute
Thanks.
you actually start to question things, everything changes.
Okay.
When you're put into a situation you never thought you'd be in, you never know how you react. I always thought that if anybody ever pointed a gun at me, I would be able to whip that out of their hand and kick their ass.
You're delusional.
And I truly, I truly believe I have the skill set to be able to do that, given good circumstances.
You mean
However,
like a run-up?
when it actually,
And Kevlar. Lots of Kevlar.
when it actually happened
Kevlar
to me,
Burke.
Okay.
I acted like a little girl. I'm not proud of saying it, but it's
That's
the
sexist.
truth. My knees shook. I thought I was going to wet myself. It was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I now know that if that situation happens again, I will not be thinking about how to get out of it. I will be just as scared.
It's funny you say that because I remember I'm thinking back to a time as a teenager. I was also having the side on the little girl being good with disarming a suspect, but that's a different story altogether.
When did you have a gun pulled on you?
In Cyprus, when they tried to enlist me in the army, there's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, let's make one about you.
I built a fucking catapult, which turns out to be a slingshot.
Yeah, but
Wait a
how
minute,
have you got a
Omer,
spare
do an
part?
episode.
Oh, right, I was going to say, how
So I was about 15, 16, and me and my friend, who's later actually became part of my sort of distant family now, as a random aside, we're in town, just in Chatham, sat outside. I think it was the job centre. I think he was going in to sign up or something. You all right there, Blake?
Blake's shooting the catapult.
He's trying to shoot the catapult, but he's also
Making a horrible noise while doing it.
trapped a mouse in it. There you go.
There we are.
Yeah, that was
I've
like
had
later in Gigi.
Yeah, this is really good on audio. So we were sat on the bench outside in Chatham, so just past Argos towards
At least
Rochester,
yeah.
just in that kind of just before you turn off the Staples area. And this bloke came down, sat next to my friend, and said, "Have you guys got any spare change?" We're like, "Nah, sorry, mate, we haven't brought anything with us. We've literally just come in to go in this building." He was like,
Cunt.
"No,
I know where you're going. For
Yes.
a similar thing. Yeah.
you weren't there." So Nick,
No.
It's not all about you! This expert on geeks used to throw people through Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Yeah, I'm the fucking bully. You prick.
No, you were good at school.
Yeah, I was.
Come in.
That's why I'm not a geek now, you nerdy white geek.
Jew.
What?
I'm a Jew.
Oh, okay.
depends on how you define Jew,
Yeah.
because I've seen you spend money.
If you think you're a Jew, you're not really a Jew.
You think you're a wrestler, you're not really a wrestler. Hot water. God, I hate him. Why is he on this
The
show?
definition of a wrestler isn't somebody that doesn't call themselves a wrestler.
He's the one with the stories. So
No, that's the WWE
I was
superstar.
I was sat. So he sat down by this. He sat down by this bench, and he said, "You know, have you guys got any money?" And said, "No." And he said, "Well, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to break your jaw and take you, drag you into that alley." And we're like 15, 16 years old, so like under no circumstances. I mean, obviously, even then, I didn't consider myself kind of
Capable of
of
handling
fighting.
that,
I probably would struggle now. To be honest, I'd probably just about be able to knee
your weight and get away.
to the groin and get away. Exactly.
You've done like a daisy.
And there were points where I was like, I could probably run in the other direction, but he's sat right next to this guy, so he might be able to grab my friend, in which case I'm going to cause him more trouble, that sort of thing. So in the end,
Circle of life.
he sat there for like... It was a pleasure knowing you!
Fairly well.
That would have in later life caused me a lot of problems, being, like I said, this is part of the indirect family.
That was my sister.
But yeah, he threatened to break our jaws, and we sat there for sort of 10 minutes like while he was sort of threatening us and stuff, and in the end we just like we dipped into our pockets for a couple of little bits of change and stuff. But we had a party later on that week, and we just he just left after that point. And
Yeah, took your money and went.
As soon as he got a couple of quid, he wandered off. We were at a party and my friend was saying, like, oh, if Rob hadn't been there, I'd have knocked him the fuck out. And I just went, and everybody turned around to me and said, what would you have done, Rob? I said, exactly what I did, which was just sit there and just talk to the bloke.
Sit there like a pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not insulting you.
No, exactly. Absolutely what I did.
Everybody thinks they'll react. And so I've had people go to me, like we've had trouble in a pub, and they're like, do you want to fucking follow him? Should we go after him? I'm like, no, because I'm the one who has the fighting experience. None of my friends of that friend group did. If we went after him, I'd go up to him, you'd all pussy off, and I'd get my ass kicked. And I wasn't insulting my friends by that. I was just saying, you are not a fighter. Don't pretend you are.
Yeah.
You don't know what you do in a situation until you're in it.
Yeah.
And that's
You just got
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is just life.
Well,
Sometimes you have to shrug it off.
When we went to Cosmos all those years back.
Oh
you
yeah, I
weren't
wasn't there.
yeah.
I've heard about this.
But
Story,
there was quite a few of us. There was
about 5 people, I think.
yeah, there was quite a few, and we got jumped by some guys off their faces on whatever
Chinese food.
What? Yeah,
It's
on E numbers.
We can eat motherfuckers!
MSG, butcher!
So many noodles!
On E numbers.
Humble polycement!
On E, sniffing up rice on with a credit card,
They're sweet and sour.
And
Your spare ribs.
Do you know what's mental is I actually have a story about a fight in a Chinese shop.
oh, fuck.
Hang on, everyone, Omer's threatening an anecdote.
It's a really boring story that I can't legally tell.
We're on a Orange Amber alert for Omer anecdote.
You don't know how you react to an Omer anecdote until it happens.
Yeah.
Someone just put him down. You got toy you can
Pick me up, Alpha.
Your beard looks stupid.
That makes
You don't fit in.
You said this beard suits me.
No, I said
I grew it.
No, I said your beard was nice. I was talking about your girlfriend. I like her.
Yeah, so we got jumped, and it's quite strange because quite a few people who I thought would have stuck around just ran off.
Yeah.
Just ran. Instant
Those
reactions
are
ran.
probably the clever ones.
Probably.
Yeah.
And because they didn't get hit like I did, I just kind of stood there, gobsmacked, like, what the fuck?
The people you never expect are the ones who stand up beside you when you get in trouble like that. And that sounds like a really kind of
Spartan.
no, it sounds like a really stereotypical thing to say. Oh, the quiet ones. But no, sometimes it's the guy who doesn't brag about his fighting experience.
Yeah.
He's the one who can't fight, but he'll stand with you and take your ass kicking with you sometimes. Like that is life. You never know who's going to be there.
I'm actually now wondering, because Omer always talks about fighting and wrestling and that.
No,
I wonder if he would actually do a runner if I...
Only if there's
You can't run.
if there's 13 kids, I'll have them. But anything else?
It's like, there was 5 blokes, and literally with 5 blokes, 3 of them fucked off.
Yeah.
So it was just me and this other guy, and it was the last one I expected to stay.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't leave because the person that got hit first was at my time a girlfriend, so I had to kind of stand there and kind of fight the fear and kind of stand up for my girlfriend's honour. And
Like a true gentleman, I had to stand by and watch my girlfriend had the shit kicked.
I had to beat her myself. I was in a club. I go to.
Sorry, the reason that's funny is because when I was a kid, that was the fucking catchphrase in sixth form.
Shut up,
I'd hardly ever talk, and it'd be like, "Shut up, Wade."
Yeah, I was in a club I go to all the time.
I always hated you.
I was in a club I go to all the time, still now, and I was with my ex-girlfriend, and this guy kept slapping her ass, and I got in his face
He's
after.
probably a footballer.
Yeah, I got in his face after 2. And he was
me outside there.
He was a big guy, and he wasn't so big that I probably couldn't have fought a fair fight with him, but at the same time, it would have been a horrible, bloody trip to the hospital fight for both of us.
Yeah.
So I was just like, look, fuck off, big man act, but at the same time, piss off. I'm, trying to scare you off, inflating my chest and bringing my mane out. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute.
I brought my bike pump with me.
You're not one of those
But then he did like
dinosaurs from Jurassic Park.
stupidly. went to the loo right after it and told my girlfriend to go outside, and she was like, "No, I'm staying here. He's not going to make me
You
move."
want to take this outside? What are you angry at me for?
Went to the loo, came back, and he'd done it again. And the guy that was punching him in the face was a guy that I had a fight with. Not a punch-up,
Like
a bit of an a bit of a shove, like fuck you, we both had a couple of
Bit
drinks.
of, argument
the week before. And his name, this is brilliant, his name was Barry, right? And he's a large guy.
That's funny to us.
It's funny to us, Barry's like a joke.
Yeah.
And not this guy.
He's going to knock the shit out of you for that.
No, he was in his face, beating the shit out of him to his own peril. Like, he lost a tooth and got a black eye from it. Because his mates will start kicking him in. I would never have thought the guy I had a big shove at, and we were on like, you know, just like, you're not talking to that person in the group, and you got like, you're just kind of sneering at him all the way through the night. And I never would have thought he would have stood up to me. When I asked him at the end, he was like, well, you're still my mate. Like, it doesn't matter.
No,
You're part of my group. It's the same as like my sister when I was growing up. I'd insult her and we'd fight all the time, but dare anybody else do it, I'll kill you. And I still would.
Challenge
You know what I mean?
accepted.
Yeah, I'll bitch about my sister to my mum and my dad all the time. Oh, she did when this thing, blah blah blah, she didn't come round, blah blah. But dare anybody say anything. Even my parents can't talk about my sister like that. Do you know what I mean? Or I get pissed.
We've
It's that mentality.
We've established that because she insults your hobby, she's kind of a dick, but...
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't beat her up.
Again, but if you said that, well, I mean, you're my...
He just did.
If somebody else said that her brother, and now we always have this ongoing thing, you know, I'm beardy, and so me and my sister would never be
These are
friends if we weren't relatives.
If she was a pagonophile.
Yeah. Me and my sister would never be friends if we weren't relatives.
Yeah.
But there's that love there of family, and she's always like, he's my brother. Stop. Like, she's had a couple of people say, oh, he's weird, blah, blah,
Well,
blah.
that's because she can't say he ain't heavy.
Yeah. Because I am. But he's my brother, don't you dare say that. Like, at the end of the day, I'll say what I'm bitch about him, but don't you say... And that's... I think, again, that's life. That's the way things should be. Like, we all bitch about everything and everyone, and we can bitch about... Perfect example, if you want to bring it back to geekdom, is George Lucas. And Rob, your point is always valid, that no matter what he's done and whatever he's ruined, he still gave you the whole fucking Star Wars thing in the first place. You're welcome. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't ruin it because your DVDs won't explode. It just, it's that whole, that's life. But it's got deep.
I went to a fight a couple of years ago, which is quite a fun story to end it on if you want.
Go for it.
Yeah. My fight about 2 years ago was at 8:30 on a Tuesday morning.
Right.
I work on New Road in Chatham, which is quite a rough area.
For hookers.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No,
Works in PR, just saying.
there was a guy. There was a skinhead standing at the corner of Barber Petrol Station.
Okay.
And it pissed out of his face.
Yeah.
And as I walked by, he called me a fucking kike.
What? Kike?
Wow.
Yeah.
You were just like, I have one friend who's allowed to do that.
No, I went back to him and said, "What was that, mate?" He said, "You're a fucking kike." So I punched him.
Right.
He was fortunately so pissed he fell over and passed out.
Nice.
Knockout blow!
So at 8:30 in the morning, I've punched out a skinhead, put him in a recovery position, and gone on to work.
Outstanding.
The caring ass kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in a proper fight. Like, I've had a couple of ones at school when I got the shit knocked out of me both times. But that was mainly friends saying, oh, you should beat him up, you should take him. And I was like, stupid about it.
I would have gotten a fight with a pimp if I didn't run away.
If I wasn't some big whore.
If I hadn't paid him.
If I didn't need that smack.
No, seriously, it's a New Road story. And honestly, I was walking home. In fact, this is in the same place we got jumped by those chaps.
Was there a passed out?
Stop
skinhead
going
there?
I know.
Oh, yeah, stop
Fucking
going there.
Chinese. I can't have Chinese because I start getting the shakes.
Make sure you specify the food, because you did just say fucking Chinese.
Yeah, the food. Yeah,
Kung fu, dripping me.
yeah.
Being delicious.
Bad drivers. I mean,
Kept giving me a judo kick.
Taking me a Hong Kong back.
Yeah. Coming over here being delicious and affordable. Wait, the food.
Bloody over ownership in Tibet.
Yeah. No longer a British colony.
but
Why should I give a shit?
But this prostitute, she's kind of like in this alley, sort of squatting down. So it's like, oh, I don't want to see that. Kind of headphones in, carried on walking. Unbeknown to me, she's followed me
Right.
for about 3 minutes.
What
round
do you
the
mean you
corner.
don't want to see that?
It's
shit,
lovely
yeah.
cat.
You don't like me at the Eurogamer.
It's like, oh, talking that loud thing.
And she's followed me, and she tapped me on the shoulder just as I've got outside my home, which is a massive block of flats, and it's like, do you want business? I'm like, no, I'm going home.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I've just followed you, times money, you owe me 20 quid. I was like, fuck off.
What a
No, I
fucking
don't.
hustle.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And all I heard her go was, Brian! And this bloke, from out of nowhere, I didn't see him, all I heard was this
Did you throw a
deep-
little ninja smoke bomb?
Brian!
Are you sitting there going,
I know, we follow people around there and ask them for 20 quid.
That's it. I thought this is just polite robbery.
Yeah. Not even that polite.
Doesn't sound like she said please.
No, well, there's the hindrance to it, but there was this Brian Blessed kind of booming voice going, "Oi!" followed by this.
And we're sure it's not Brian.
It could have been.
Because his name was Brian, and you said he was Brian Blessed, therefore...
It could have been.
Time is money!
If it actually said dive, I would have been convinced.
Take a dive, but we'll let it easy on you.
And then this dog started barking, so it was like an army was coming at
Now,
me.
here's the question. Which one was Brian?
Who knows? All I know is there's a bloke and a dog. I'm not sticking
All
around.
I know is Brian is Brian's a stupid name for a dog. You want to talk about controversy? If you named your dog Brian, you're a prick.
Yes,
Well, you know.
So anyway, on this, I've shit myself, for lack of a better word. Run into the flat, run up to the very top. Smartly didn't use the elevator because that's just a sign to say I was here.
Yeah.
Ran into the door.
Every door is just outside and you're like, bing.
This is the worst part, and I feel so guilty to this day. Ran into my flat, which is at the top. Told
That's
to
my girlfriend to get the shit.
No.
She was still there.
She was a prostitute. Anyway, told my roommates.
Is it a footballer match?
Told my roommates who they are avid sort of sword collectors.
Nice.
And we're standing outside the
That sounds
flat
like
door.
some sort of weird euphemism. And I know it's not.
Yeah.
Standing outside our flat door.
Sword collectors.
Fuck's sake, Rob.
Fuck's sake, host.
Stop talking on your own
Anyway,
show.
moral story, standing outside the front door with these weapons, waiting for his pimp to come, who never did.
No,
he kicked down the door of another flat. Which is why I feel really guilty. But to this day...
Is he playing GTA?
Possibly.
It must be this one. Oh, shit.
The graphics don't let me go to the other rooms.
Can I go into Lex building?
Let me activate yellow doorknobs.
My
I need the
dad,
red key card.
my dad once, he was working in a kebab shop because he's Turkish and that's racist.
It's just that's just history.
Turkish people own kebab shops.
That's just history.
And the guy, he wasn't working. He was upstairs, like there was like a
Downstairs?
2-level one, and it was upstairs. Like they used to have like the grill and that downstairs. And I think, like I know today it's got like pizzas, but I don't think there was pizzas upstairs. Whatever he was doing upstairs, probably like cutting the salad or something like that. And he just heard him like shouting Turkish, and he came down with like just came down to see what was going on, and then ran out into the street after this fella. Was like shove. Realised he had the fucking great big doner kebab knife in his hand. So all this other guy saw was my dad, who was a big guy. He was hairy like me when he was younger as well, and he's a big. And my dad was a weightlifter and a boxer when he was younger. Running out of a kebab shop with a fucking machete, and the guy's like, all right, and just leaves.
Nice. So I'll end it on a nice story about New Road because it's all been doom and gloom otherwise. I was driving back from. I think I was driving my sister back from the pub. Like, my sister was in the car and she was pissed. I know that much. It doesn't really narrow it down to when it even happened either. Probably a weekend evening. And we were driving along. We went up Manor Road and obviously on the corner of New Road. And there was this prostitute standing at the side of the road. And my sister went, "There's a prostitute!" and waved, and she waved back. And that made her evening.
Is that like when kids really, really get happy when the fireman waves out of the fire? Yeah. Woo! Oh, mummy, waved! Yeah.
Which is really
Or doing that, pull the horn.
Yeah.
which has actually reminded me of something really fucking creepy that happened to me yesterday. I was walking home.
Set on fire.
Did the same prostitute wave at you going,
Hello, Susan. I mean,
The prostitute spot you and go, crazy!
no, if the Trashwoods had said crazy to me, that'd be the scariest fucking thing in my life.
He probably does randomly anyway.
Yeah.
It's one of the words he knows.
Or if you just went, I sold it for £10. But I was walking back and there was this car parked at the side of the road and there was this old woman sat in there. And I can only assume that she wasn't quite with it because as I walked past, she knocked on the window with this massive smile on her face and waved at me. And it is the scariest fucking thing in the world when an old woman you don't know and never have met in your life just starts waving at you out the side of a car.
The only thing that would be scary is after she waved at you and kind of peered in the window, her face split open like John Carpenter's Thing.
That would suck.
I mean, John Carpenter's Thing, not the film, The Thing, directed by John Carpenter. Actually, John Carpenter's Thing coming through the screen.
That would be... On that note...
It's another one of Rob's nightmares. John Carpenter.
Fucking will be now.
You said we'd end this on a happy note.
John Carpenter does that.
John Carpenter's Thing comes out and then there's shit everywhere.
So, for Omer Ibrahim...
I don't know, it's been a bit deep for me to make jokes, but I built a cat bomb.
Blake Harmer.
Bomb.
Brad Harmer.
Crazy. Bomb.
Mark Cummins.
Wake me up when this podcast ends.
Just ended.
I can't sing.
I've been your host, Rob Wade.
Train.
Thank you for bearing with us over this last couple of episodes. They've been a bit of an unusual
It's
one.
been an unusual flow. I think they've been good. I think people are going to enjoy this, but they've been a weird flow.
Maybe, yeah, but the thing I would say is, with the greatest of respect to our listeners, this is for me more than for them. And
Rob is the driving force behind all this, and he's the reason any of these happen and we get to have a laugh, and all four of you get to listen. So if Rob wants to do something on the show just for him, fuck it, he can.
pretty much. And also, worst case scenario, they don't get a show.
The moral of the story is, audience, Rob doesn't really care about you.
Yeah, but
Bomb, bomb.
don't forget to check us. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes.
Buy our merchandise.
Yeah, the crazy train.
See if you can.
Go onto Brad's Facebook page and post something that is kind of geek but also really mainstream.
Okay.
Video gaming.
So
Video gaming.
find us on Facebook. Feel free to post vague geeky abuse, and to be honest, I'll just reply at you with my eloquent way, and you'll just feel a little bit stupid for having
I'll
you
turn up and
bothered.
shout at you in a foreign language.
That works.
Yep.
Buy the new Trash Wizard action figure with all new Rob insulting action.
Yeah, there's a lot of people seem to have that.
Buy the all-new skinhead action figure with "You're a kike" up Brad action.
And have a doze action.
With removable awake.
Buy the skinhead action figure with Tuesday morning in action. So
Also goes into the recovery position.
Buy the creepy Nan figure with waving action.
Buy John Carpenter's thing. Bomb, bomb.
So don't forget to check us out on iTunes, rate, review us, subscribe, share with your friends. Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter at emotionally14, we're at emotionally14.com. We've just restarted Dickass DM in the last couple of weeks.
You
so
just
you'll
said
be able
we
to
just
see that.
restarted dicking.
We just started dicking.
And also Dick Asty.
And also game books and stuff. For fuck's sake. You can find us on Twitter at the Iron Turk Omer for Omer, at Lee Enfield for Brad, at Rob Wade Vision for me, at Emotionally14 for the show,
And me at the Pie Factory.
and Blake at the Pie Factory. Thank you to Mark for coming on. I will miss you dearly, but at the same time, I'm very pleased for you that you're going to, get your lifelong dream of being away from me. So, Mazel Tov.
Bring him back a girlfriend.
That works.
How long will you be? 12 years? He'll still be waiting.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Another 3 isn't going to kill me.
Wake me up when Rob gets a girlfriend.
That's the tune I was going for.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me.
Yeah. Welcome,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
whoever you are.
Yeah.
John. Yeah.
Carpenter.
so
Very well.
thanks for listening, and we'll catch you later. Bye.